we've talked about how we come to be individual selves or individuals. Okay? And we've talked about how we come to be individual selves, but in a larger what? You only get to be an individual self in terms of society, right? Could society and the individual be like a yin-yang pair? Okay. Obviously, society is made up of individuals. So within society or individuals, how is society in the individual? Right? Like we talked about. If you grow up in a different culture, you're a different individual. So society isn't just out there. Society isn't just other people. Society is somehow within each of us. And we understand who we are in terms of society. And society reflects who we take ourselves to be. So that's relationship. And it's not just relationship, it's interrelationship. I don't know if you remember the puzzling quotation, if I am I because you are you. Anybody remember this one? If I am I because you are you, and you are you because I am I, then I am not I, and you are not you. That could be seen here. Because part of me is in you, and part of you is in me. Okay? We get to be who we are because of the interrelationship with society. Now, can I take them apart? Can I have an individual without ever being in society? Okay, those two have to go. Now, granted, once you grow up as an individual, you can leave society. But you take society still with you in a sense, even though you're not around other people. Okay? Any other ways in which one thing can be in the other? Or how sometimes, see these, so over here, let's come back. So if I have this figure, and this is all solid black, this is all solid white. What's not happening? Well, the black can't be white and the white can't be black. There's a line down the middle that says you're either on this side or on this side. Okay? This is very typical in the Western society to see things as either this or that. Now, it was mentioned earlier about right and wrong and good and bad, and while they're not found in nature, we can use the symbol for that. So this symbol is saying either you're right or you're wrong. Either you're good or you're bad. What does this symbol suggest? It could be a little bit of both. You could be good and bad. You could be right and wrong. Okay? It's a very different way of thinking. Instead of trying to box, like we've talked about, box people and box things and say this person is that, not that. This one makes it difficult because it recognizes that each one of us has many features, characteristics, virtues, vices, etc. And which one is showing at the moment? Maybe sometimes I'm actually being quite honest, and someone could say, oh, you're so honest. And I might say, well, I have my dishonest days too. And one of those days when I'm being dishonest, someone calls me out and says, you're really dishonest. And I could say, well, today that's apparently showing, but other days I'm honest. Which one am I? Both, but it's also true to say it's dependent on the situation. Okay? One of the really neat things about Chinese thinking, about Taoist thinking, because it's not, I know this symbol is put in terms of black and white, but the thinking is not black and white. The thinking recognizes that who we are and what something is, it is relative to the things around it. Let's take a really simple example. Am I tall or am I short? Okay. Relative to taller people. Okay. Now, if I come into a class of kindergartners, am I tall or short? I'm tall. If NBA players come in, or WNBA players come in, what am I? I'm short. Which one am I? Maybe for the most part, I seem to be short, but it depends. Okay? It depends on the context. It depends on the situation. So if it doesn't really matter here, but let's say this is tall, actually this would be true, and this is short, sometimes something that's tall can be short. I mean, somebody that's 6 foot tall is usually considered pretty tall, but next to, I don't know, someone like Aaron Judge, is he like 7'1"? You know, the Yankees. You guys know Aaron Judge. Nobody knows Aaron Judge? Oh my gosh, he's huge. Okay. You should see the refs and the other players. They just look like little people next to him. Okay. He's really tall. If someone's 7 foot tall, then the 6 foot, even the 6'6" person is suddenly relatively short. Okay. The point is that these relative terms, Taoism says every feature of nature is relative. Nothing is absolutely anything. Everything is something relatively.